Hey, it's JC. Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban knife style and jungle survival. Today we're going to have a look at the Cold Steel SRK. Now there are many videos on the SRK, so what I'm really going to focus on is to discuss whether this is more for urban or outdoor survival. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so to help the channel out. And if you'd like to support the channel even more, do check out my shop links in the description or pinned comments. Thanks a lot. So the SRK is survival rescue knife, and it comes in a package just like this. This specific knife is the SK5 blade steel. Now this is actually a very old knife. It's been around for, I believe, more than 20 years, and it's come in a variety of steels. Currently, you can get it in SK5, you can get it in Sanmai and 3V. So originally, I did want to get the CPM 3V one, but I could not get one at a good price to get to me here. And I am currently in Malaysia right now. And the cheapest I could probably get was $150 plus another $50 for shipping. That's $200 for the knife. But I've seen it on Amazon. If you had to ship to the US, it would only be maybe $110. So it didn't make sense to me. So I got another CPM 3V knife, which I'll show you in just a bit. So I settled for the SK5 one. Now the SK5 one is actually very budget friendly, especially if you're in the US, and you can check out the Amazon links for that. You can get it anywhere from 38 to 45 US dollars. For myself personally, I think I paid closer to 50 US dollars here to get it locally. But I guess it's still okay. I think it is a very good knife, and if you've seen the videos, you know it is a good knife, right? It has stood the test of time. Many people have shown what it can do and how they can use it. So no doubt that it's a good knife. So I was okay to pay that kind of a price, because I did want to check out the capabilities and see how I would use it for my purposes. So I do not want to talk too much about the specs. You can find all this information in other videos and online, just because it's covered so much. But it does come with this SRK sheath, which is a plastic sheath. It's not Kydex. Now, one thing I'll talk about, a lot of people have talked about these SRK sheaths. Now, they hold it very well. As you can see, all the knives generally from Coldsteel, they hold well, but they tend to dull the blade. So when you draw a knife from this sheath, or any sheath actually, you should have the habit of drawing but pulling back, so pressure is on the spine as you draw it out. So when I draw it, I'm actually kind of sliding it on the back of the spine so that the blade doesn't connect, or maybe connects very little with the front part of the sheath. So just good practice, and that can actually save your blade. Other than that, sheath is great. Personally, if I were to use this knife a lot, I might do a Kydex sheath, but honestly, I think it's a really good sheath. And again, for the package, for that 38 to 45 US dollars that you pay for this, extremely good. This has a 6-inch blade. There is a compact version, which is a 5-inch blade. I wanted something bigger because I was looking at it more for a survival tool. And it's got this hidden tang within this over molded plastic handle, which is very secure. And I'll tell you, actually, this knife is heavier than I thought it would be. I thought that it would be a light knife for whatever reason, but when I felt it in my hand, I was actually pleasantly surprised. It's 5 millimeters thick. It doesn't have a distal taper, so that means it's straight all the way, but there's a swedge over here. Now, some people have actually tested out the point and done some aggressive testing, and the tip does break. So just take note for that for the SK5 version. I believe that the 3V version would be much, much tougher, and you could do more rigorous, probably digging or prying with this tip. So that's basically it. I don't want to, as I said, go into too much of it, but I really wanted to discuss, how would you use this knife? Now, this knife is generally considered an overall utility survival knife, right? It's a jack of all trades, and it's good at many things. And I would agree in terms of the size, the weight, the profile, it's really good. And that's why, everyone from combat tacticians to survivalists to bushcrafters, well, bushcrafters may not carry this knife so much, but preppers definitely would carry this knife. I've heard that the SEALs carry this knife. But I can tell you, I've been to SeaWorld and I haven't seen any seals carry this knife, but maybe those were sea lions. But in any case, really good knife, thin profile. If you like that tactical look, of course, this has that look. If you get the Senmai or 3V versions, then you get that satin finish silver blade, which is also very nice. It's very comfortable, it's ergonomic, you can choke up, and you can do, a whole bunch of things. I'm going to bring this out into the jungle in just a bit, but let's just talk about urban survival first. If I need this for urban survival, such as part of my urban bug out bag, for example, I would need it for general cutting tasks. Definitely things like cordage. So let's say paracord. I've got some fire cord here, which is paracord but with extra filaments. It's actually thicker and harder to cut than regular paracord. But let's see how this. Yeah, look at that. That was so easy. I think it's also due to the grind. This is a hollow grind, although it's a shallow hollow grind, but makes it really slicey. I've got some nylon strap here. Not so much seat belt material, but still good quality nylon strap. And you often need to cut straps and such. Let's see how that does. I've never done this before. Wow, that cut it very easily as well. So very slicey, even though it's 5mm thick. I think it's thin behind the edge, and that hollow grind really makes it just so easy to cut. And definitely for urban EDC, that's what you want, a slicey knife that you can cut. You probably can stab with this in terms of the profile, and just very nimble and maneuverable as well. So great. So I think for urban EDC, this is fantastic. Not EDC, but urban survival. I personally won't EDC this. You might, but 6 inches to me, way too long to EDC. But for urban survival needs, as an emergency knife, a truck knife maybe, or in your bug out bag, excellent choice. But what about outdoors? So I mentioned bushcrafters won't really use this knife, and it's true, it's not really bushcrafty, mainly because of that grind. Maybe you could use it as a hunting knife because of the grind and the profile, that clip point. But I think there are a lot of hunting knives that outdoor people use. But I do want to see if it can do my usual tasks in the jungle and kind of like bushcraft or survival tasks. So let's head out first and check that out. So I'm out in the jungle and I've put it through its paces. The SRK can easily batten through wood. This is a 6-inch blade, so you probably could easily go up to 4 and 4.5 inches in diameter. So that's pretty easy. Hollow grind bites in very easily, and you can batten through that with that thick stock. Just, I would say, don't hit this handle. And in terms of chopping, now obviously this is not meant to be a chopper. It doesn't have that size or that weight, but you could beaver chew it by cross battening it at an angle and then going all the way around a small tree if you needed to fell it in a survival situation. The tip was also pretty decent in terms if you need to dig or pry, and overall, after doing all that stuff, no deformation on the blade whatsoever. So that was pretty good. In terms of finer work like feather sticking, that was not an issue. Now I'm not so used to the hollow grind for feather sticking, so I think my curls weren't as long, as thin as I would like. But I think just with a little bit more practice, that would absolutely be not a problem whatsoever. Overall, I'd say the SRK held its own in the outdoors. It's not a bushcraft knife. It's not designed to be. It's more of an all-in-one knife. So bushcrafters won't buy it just for bushcrafting. But if you wanted a general survival knife and bringing it outdoors to be able to do outdoor tasks, it definitely could do that. So let's clean this up and bring it back to the studio. So we're back in the studio. And in the field, I shared my thoughts of the SRK as an outdoor knife. It still worked, but I think this really functions well best as an urban survival knife. Of course, it can be a general knife in the event that you're in an urban environment and then you get forced to move to the outdoors. You still, of course, could work. But if you're like me, you are in an urban environment, and if you have to bug out, you'll likely still be in an urban environment. Then this, to me, I think it's perfect for a bug out bag, and I'm actually going to put it in my urban apartment bug out bag from now on. And I think also the 3-tool rule would work with this knife. Now, I talked about the 3-knife rule for outdoor survival and bushcraft in a previous video. You can check that out in the link in the card above or description below. But when it comes to urban survival, I think the 3-knife or 3-tool rule still applies. So what tools would I fit with this? Definitely, I would bring a crowbar. A really strong, sturdy crowbar, because This tip isn't that strong. Even if the 3V version, if I have that, I wouldn't want to damage the tip. If I didn't have to, I'll use the crowbar. And then you want a smaller knife to be compatible and complement this bigger blade. So I think, of course, an emergency tool, in this case, the Leatherman Signal multi-tool, would be perfect. So this 3-tool system to me would really work very well for an emergency bug-out bag. Lightweight, relatively lightweight, very compact, won't take up that much space, but lots of functionality between these 3 tools. So what do you think? Do you think the SRK is a better urban survival knife, a general survival knife, or an outdoor survival knife? Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let me know what you think about these 3 tools working in combination. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.